Alright, TGC Requiem here. We are getting ready for match 1 of our league. We are on the play, always appreciated. And this seems okay. Yeah, got some interaction in case it's creature strategy. We're just hoping we don't have Grizz Shoal Brand. Okay, so I think that's probably about the best we could hope for. I suppose it would have been better if we drew a Goryo's Vengeance. Might have been worth holding on to the Kiki-Jiki there. Maybe some Grixis Delver. Grixis Control. Something like that. So I think we will grab Watergrave, make sure we have access to all the black. And then the plan will just be to probably run back another Faithless Looting here. So opponent's thinking about lightning bolting us or trying to figure out what the heck we're playing. So we just got to be careful not to get too carried away with jamming out our first Goryo's Vengeance unnecessarily. There's some assumption that our opponent's running a mana leak right now. They're holding the mana leak. It's on a full grip of cards. Serum Visioning, put both on the bottom. I read that as he's shy of land, or else he's mana flooded. I think right now we're... See, I don't know. We just pass here. Access to Bolt Snap Bolt if we need it. That'll probably be our line at this end step. Hoping to Faithless Looting into a Goryo's Vengeance the next turn. Bolt Snap Bolt puts... the assumption is that this will not resolve, but that is going to put our opponent down to 7 with a 2 power attacker. So, not really sure what's going on with our opponent right now. I don't really feel like running this Kolaghan's Command out, or Faithless Looting out, into all this open mana. Try and bait out the Terminate here. So Faithless Looting is the one we want to discard. And now we have the ability to return Snapcaster Mage to hand at our opponent's end step, or at least force him to counter something with Faithless Looting up. So we could potentially Faithless Looting into a Goryo's Vengeance. And really that's, I shouldn't say that's all we need, but potentially all we need. So part of me wants to say this is why I like this deck. I want to be able to kind of scare my opponent. The flip side to that is that this couldn't have worked out any better. So we're going to go for the Murderous Cut. This is going to buy us a removal spell if one exists. Or counterspell. And we will turn target creature card from graveyard to hand, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. Yep, so this gets our counterspell, and now we just hope we hit our first Goryo's Vengeance. We're about due. We're good 17 cards in. Grizzlebrand. So if we Faithless Looting, we're going to draw 2, discard 2. This is filtering. So we are not at a card disadvantage to do this, but we basically need... And our opponent's tapped out, so I think we make this move here. Perfect. And then we Goryo's Vengeance our Grizzlebrand, and that's game. Alright, so match status 1-0. So I'm definitely thinking this is Grixis control. Interesting with the Counter Squall main deck. So in this sort of matchup, we are going to be definitely bringing in our counter magic. Assuming he's kind of on the Tassiger, Goblin, Dark Dweller sort of thing. Colitis. Game might come down to that. Terminate, go for the throat, both seem good. I really don't think that this is what this matchup's about at all. I think we're going to pull 2 Grizzlebrand for sure. I think we pull some portion of the combo because it's just not really all that feasible to count on it. So a third of the combo here. I'm going to have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to pull at least 1 Glorious Vengeance, probably 2. Murderous Cut. Really not sure is it Charm is good enough right here. Counter target spell. 2 damage, discard, yeah. Just not powerful enough for the post-board matchup. I think we'll cut a 3rd Grizzlebrand. Definitely want to bring all of this in. Probably, actually, yeah, 3 Faithless, I like that. So we'll cut this out. How does that look? Decent, a little top heavy. This really isn't great. Turn, but we got the Faithless Looting. We can get our Grizzlebrand in the graveyard pretty quick. I think we actually keep this, especially on the draw. The rest of the interaction's pretty good here. We're in no rush. Do need to be wary of an opponent on Blood Moon. Okay, less worried about an opponent on Blood Moon. I'm good with running this out into a counter spell or removal spell. So I think if he had a counter spell, he would have used it there. So he's probably got counter magic right now, but he does not want to burn it on a Jace. Okay, so I'm assuming he just drew into that. Target player discards a card. We're going to discard the Grizzlebrand. Goryo's Vengeance here would be a fantastic top deck. We only got 2 in the deck, so not something we're going to plan on counting on hitting. Oh, perfect. So we can... yeah, I think we're going to pitch the Sulphur Falls, run the Mire, and just in case our opponent's getting cheeky, I think we just crack this off now. Go get a Swamp just to be on the safe side. Just in case he was running like, there's a blue-black hybrid spell that can stop you from searching your library. I can't remember what it's called though. Pyromancer. So it's interesting. Knowing he has Pyromancer changes how I would play this post board a little bit. We can try and jam Kolaghan's Command here, but the assumption is he has counter magic. We could try and filter a little bit, but I think for the moment we just pass. Faithless Looting to try and hit a land might have been the better play, but I'll kind of see what he does. We don't want to return target creature card. Discards a card, deals 2 damage. Yep. So we're going to try and do this number. Going to get countered. Yep. Counter Squall, pretty. Alright, so I think where we are right now, we want to cut the Kiki and the Dispel. So really be nice to draw a land this next turn. We could flash and Snapcaster Mage here, but there's really no benefit. Suppose it could bait out a spell, but so we'll just plan on snapping into Counter Squall this next turn to hopefully protect the Snapcaster Mage. So we could actually... Alright, so I'm actually going to snap Dispel this play. Alright, so he's going to dispel. That's okay that we're thinning him out. We might still be able to get into a situation here. If we can get him to burn a removal spell on... If we can get him to burn a removal spell on the Snapcaster Mage, then we might be okay with Kalidas to stabilize. Not great odds, but it's a possibility. So now, yeah, we just gotta run Kalidas out. He's gonna get counters, will probably be the game. So maybe he doesn't have any relevant spells at the moment. He's fetching for an upright. Okay, so he's gonna what? Snap into a Kolaghan's, and then also burn a bolt probably. No, because that would tap him out. Discard. Discard's good. Okay, so he's just gonna hope to get wide enough. I think we actually end up... We don't have anything relevant to flashback with Snapcaster here, and so I think we end up keeping the Exarch up. I don't know, man. He's going to be able to attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 4. We're going to be able to block 4. Yeah. See, the thing is with Exarch, if we draw into Gorya's Vengeance, that's game. Right there. But he does have 2 mana, presuming based on his game play, this state, I would think he's holding counter magic. I think we pitched the... I think we actually pitch the Snapcaster and hope to protect Kalidas and pull it back from Kalidas. Pull it back using Kalidas, rather. Okay, so he's got to terminate. That's game. Alright, on to game 3. Now, on the play, I don't mind being a little more aggressive. Not sure. Actually feel like Pyroclasm. No, I think we just cut a spot of removal there. So we're going to go a little more edging towards combo. That's a pretty terrible hand. I think it's interactive enough that we keep, just kind of hope to draw into some stuff here. So based on what we have right now, we're kind of thinking, right now I am no desire to do anything. My plan is to merely combo and dispel. So actually right now would have been the right time to crack these. In case he had that blue-black spell. Okay, so actually I'm super thrilled to get rid of both of his dispels this way. Wish I'd have brought Pyroclasm in. Probably didn't play that quite right, but a severe card disadvantage, yeah, I don't know. Not quite confident I'm playing this matchup quite the way I should be. So I'm definitely thinking I should have. So I ended up having to use 3 pieces of removal to get rid of Pyromancer. If I had just killed the Pyromancer the first turn with a bolt, he would have dispelled it, and then I could have followed up with either a bolt or a go for the throat on the next turn. So I'm not quite sure what our opponent's doing here. He's not gonna... Okay. He's gonna return... No, yeah. So we'll just counter this. Fortunately, that leaves us a little tight here. What are we looking at? We could use red blue. Way ahead in the damage race. Not the damage race, the mana race. Fortunately, we are only at 2 black mana sources, so if we were to draw into a Grizzlebrand here over the next couple turns, we are not in position to cast him, something we should keep in mind with future fetches. Sounds good, buddy. The difference in my life total would have been humongous here if I had just killed the Pyromancer earlier. I mean, we're taking 2 a turn. This is at least the 3rd round of attacks. I think this is the 4th round of attacks. So if you think about that in that regard, we could be at 13 life right now to his. So he's sitting on 2 mana right now. So we're going to go for a snap bolt block. Holding off here. I got a Tassiger feeling. I feel like a snap go for the throat's going to pay off. No, I can't dispel this. So he's going to Rakdos Charm my graveyard. That tells me something about what he's holding in hand. So this allows for actually some good blocks, and we have Goryo's Vengeance to snap back. We definitely can't let Tasker get through. I feel like we still have to trade with the Elemental, which is actually brutal. So if we trade with the Elemental, if we don't trade, we go down to 5. We're just going to have to chance it right now. Right now we need something. He's got to have a bolt, right? 2 bolts. Bolt, snap, bolt. He's got bolt, snap, bolt. This game's over. I'm calling it right now. Young peasy. Terminate. So if he taps out for terminate and we draw an Exarch, we win the game. That is not a terminate. That is not an Exarch. So what we have going on this go around is we can create a copy, we can block with Snapcaster, use Minimo to untap Kiki and block an elemental. So he's going to terminate. Snappy. Can't create a copy of a creature that does not exist. Untap, target, legendary. What the heck's going on? We need to draw an Exarch or a Pestermite. He needs to not have Dispel. Ah! If I draw an X-Arc here. Ah, good games, guy. Alright, so, oh, I didn't do any of my stuff here. We lost game 2 and game 3, so it went 1 and 3. Oops, 1 and 2 in the match. Not the sort of matchup we want to be going toe-to-toe with in a grindier game, but stuff happens. It's possible, and this is one of these things I'll learn as I play more, that maybe I should focus still on the graveyard-centric strategy and just try and power through his removal and counter magic, and instead of trying to grind him out, because clearly he's better suited to grinding. Um, and so just hope that I can power through enough of his stuff to land it. So, anywho, was fun. We'll be back with the second match soon.